Anytime I compose a solo, I always have a few concepts in mind because starting from scratch just sucks. So, melodic concepts, rhythmic, if I can spell it right, rhythmic concepts, and harmonic. And I also had a sonic concept. Now, in order for me to kind of not think so much, I took these two concepts and put them together. And I did that by stealing Harold Land's rhythm and phrasing. For me, phrasing is a combination of two things. First thing being like articulation, and then dynamics. And then also on the other side, the number of measures in a phrase or phrase structure. I'll get into that later. So after I got those concepts down, my first step was to transcribe the rhythm of his solo. Only because I wanted to improve that aspect of my soloing. And without the rhythm, like it's nothing. So, but what I found out is like it's without the right articulation, which is step two, this will make it really bland. So the next step was to transcribe his articulation. Because the articulation kind of dictates a lot of the melodic material that I would play or hear. So that was very important, was to really transcribe what he was emphasizing on what beat. So step three was where most of the work came in because I was combining different concepts together so I could fill in the rhythms and articulations. So I started off with the sonic. What was the overall sound I wanted? I wanted it to be smooth and lyrical. So very easy to sing. So a couple ways that I was able to do that was with voice leading from chord to chord, either by a whole step or a half step. And then another way was to quote a melody. And then another melodic concept was using approach tones, but not just any approach tones, but the way that Clifford Brown did his approach tones. And so that left me with the harmonic concept. My harmonic concept, I just wanted to be really simple. So just staying in the changes or just staying in the key. Of course, I do some chromaticism and a little bit of tritone sub in the beginning, but nothing too crazy. I'm just using chord tones or using the notes in the chord. I follow this comic book writer, and what he said is that when he writes a story, he actually starts with the ending first and works his way backwards. That way he can surprise his audience with anything while still hitting the important events in his story. So I applied that same concept to writing my solos. And so if you can see here in purple, these are the goalposts in my story. And so these goalposts are dictated by the accents that Harold Land uses. And then after that, I just go in and I experiment, I sing, I record different types of ways that I can get to these goalposts. But again, I'm always staying true to my concept that I set forth in the beginning. So be patient.